Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. As usual, today playing Historic, and I'm playing my hardest today. I am going to play some Historic Burn. This is a deck that I've had my eye on for quite some time, really ever since I found out that Thermal Alchemist was printed into the format in Jumpstart. I've wanted to build this deck. This guy is used in Pauper Burn, and in that deck he puts out a ton of damage. Really, if the opponent's not able to remove it the turn it comes down, the game's probably over. I don't think it's going to be that effective in this deck. However, I do suspect it will get a bit of damage in and probably help us take some wins. Otherwise, the deck is pretty stock. I mean, it's playing all the best spells that can go face, and it's playing a lot of very efficient low CMC creatures. We have 4 Bowback Couriers, great haste creature that can get in for a little bit of poke damage, and then it's going to refill our hand later on in the game. Lava Runner is doing its best impression of like a Goblin Guide for Modern. Sometimes it's going to be a 2/2 for 1 with haste. Not always, but most of the time we're able to get 2 sorcery or instant spells into the graveyard to give it that +1 and haste. Soulscar Mage is probably one of the best cards in this deck. It is a 1 CMC prowess creature, has a base stat line of 1/2, and it's going to get big real fast. This comes down on turn 1. And if you are sitting in hand with, let's say, 2 Wizard's Lightning, suddenly turn 2, you're doing 9 damage to your opponent's face before they even have a chance to react. It also has another line of text that turns your non-combat damage spells into -1/-1 counters. What that means is your shock, instead of dealing 2 damage to your opponent's creature, is going to deal -2/-2 counters to that creature. Most of the time that's going to have the same effect of just killing the opponent's creature. However, sometimes if your opponent has a very large creature, it could shrink it. It could also be quite effective against things like Death Touch, where you can turn a Finn, for example, into a 0/1 with the -2/-2 counters, and then his Death Touch is irrelevant. We're also playing Pyromancer. It is another wizard. We have 12 total wizards in the deck that are all going to be reducing the cost of Wizard's Lightning. Pyromancer is one of the weaker cards in the deck, but it's no joke. It's going to come down on 2. It's going to deal 2 damage to the opponent's face, and if your opponent doesn't have an answer for it, it's going to get in for 2 damage here and there, and that little bit of damage could really end the game quickly for your opponent. Finally, we are playing a suite of spells, like I said, that can all hit the opponent's face. Wizard's Lightning, 3 damage to any target. Skewer the Critics. It's a 3 CMC spell, but if you get that Spectacle cost, it can deal 3 damage to any target for 1. Lightning Strike, 3 damage to any target for 2, and Shock, 2 damage to any target for 1. All of these spells are probably going to go at our opponent. However, once in a while we might have to clear the way for some of our creatures to get in, so we can use them to remove our opponent's creatures. Very good flexibility with all of those cards. And then finally, we are playing 4 Light Up the Stage, because sometimes we're going to have to refill. Bowmac Courier is pretty good at refilling, but Light Up the Stage is the real all-star here. Even at 3 CMC, Light Up the Stage is not too bad, but if you get it for its Spectacle cost, just 1 CMC, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards until the end of your next turn. Tons of value from that card, and most times you're going to be able to get this off pretty reliably. For added reach, we're playing 4 Ramen Up Ruins in our lands. This is a little bit of a steep cost. 2 red, sacrifice a desert, deal 2 damage to each opponent. However, sometimes the games just kind of get down to the last couple life points and you just can't quite get that opponent dead. Well, a Ruins could come in and end the game for you. For them, rather. And then finally, we are also playing Gigantha as the companion. This is something that I saw on a couple of other burn decks from Historic, and I think it's kind of neat. Most of the time it's going to be irrelevant. You're not going to get up to, you're not even going to get to turn 5, I think, most of the time. However, maybe in some grindier matchups, a 5/5 could be a pretty good thing, and we don't really need too many sideboard slots. Today I'm actually just going to probably play best of 1 anyways, so why not have it in the sideboard? It meets the conditions, like the companion, the deck meets the companion conditions for it, so yeah, why not play 5/5? So this is the deck. Lots of firepower. It's going to be pretty awesome. I do have a sideboard here. I haven't worked out the sideboard completely, but you can take a look at it if you care for that. If you're looking to climb the ladder, I think this is a pretty good deck to do it with. Soon end of this week, I guess. The ladder is going to reset, so a lot of people are going to try to get back up to Mythic, and this is probably a pretty good deck to start with. I also think it's fairly budget friendly. We do have 4 rares here, 4 there, but everything else is common or uncommon. So for an 8 rare deck, I mean, this thing has so much power. Okay, before I jump into the games, I want to remind you one more time, I am still doing the code giveaway for these awesome sleeves. Today is video number 4 out of 5. I just put out the Angels deck yesterday. You can go back and comment on that video, and then the other 2 videos from Sunday and Monday as well. Each of those videos will give you 1 entry into the contest if you comment on those videos. I'm going to have the 5th video up either tomorrow or Friday, and then I'm going to kind of leave them for the weekend, and on Monday, 12 p.m. I'm going to cut off the deadline, or cut off the contest. Anybody who's commented before 12 p.m. on Monday, March 1st, will get entries into the contest, and then I will do the drawing for that and put out the video on Monday as well. And then hopefully get this code to somebody so they can enjoy these awesome sleeves. I've been using them from all of my decks. For all my decks. Excuse me. Anyways, that's the deck. What do you think? Let me know. Have you tried Mono Red Burn? Do you absolutely hate this deck? Probably, I'm imagining a lot of you probably do hate it. I don't care. It's awesome. Take care for now, and let's jump into some games. Historic Mono Red best of 1. These are going to be some fast games. You're either going to come out of the gate and win, or your opponent's going to have some answers and you're not going to do much of anything. This is a pretty great hand. You always want to have a couple of creatures and a couple of burn spells, and you're off to the races. If you only have a couple of burn spells in the deck, or in your opening hand, it might not be worth keeping. You really need those creatures to push that extra little bit of damage, that repetitive damage. I'm going to lead on the Soulscar Mage. Pass it over to the opponent, see what he's up to. Sacred Foundry. Probably just put out the Pyromancer, build a bit of a board, keep our reach spells, or our spells for reach later on in the game. Already down to 17. Let's go. Probably, I imagine next week during reset, this is going to be the deck that I'm going to use to climb. Hey, that's pretty good. So as I said in the intro, you know, a 1/4 is kind of problematic, but we can use, let's say, Wizard's Lightning to shrink him down to a 0/1. And now, get in. It did take one of our spells, so it's a little annoying that we couldn't put that on the opponent's face, but it's better to get rid of that blocker now. Could have also just waited until our opponent blocked and done it that way, but we're playing honest Magic. And you know what? I think I'm just loading up the board. Look how this is awful, isn't it? This is feeling a little dirty. Next turn with the Wizard's Lightning, this is going to go to a 2/2. Going to pump our Soulscar Mages as well. He's just got a Kiora, not really going to do anything against us. And, yeah, sure. So just get the opponent as low as we can. And now he's dead to a shock off the top, or really any removal spell. And he's got to still deal with this board. Oh, feeling real good. He might have a board wipe. Anger of the Gods. Pretty great. I haven't seen Anger of the Gods played against me in forever. And that's some pretty effective. Yeah. Alright, doesn't matter. Look at that. Move on to the next one. Alright, more mono red in Historic Best of 1. Even, so in that last game, even through the Anger of the Gods, still able to get the opponent dead. Of course, you could call that a top deck, but we're playing so much direct damage in our deck that, you know, when your opponent's at 2 life, it's only a matter of time before you draw that spell that's going to take them down. Let's see what the opponent's up to. Opening hand, very good again. A couple of early creatures and removal spells. Thoughtseize is pretty nasty. He might take our Soulscar Mage. But at least he's doing 2 damage to himself, so he does take the Soul Scar Mage. So we'll put out the Bomat Courier, attacking for 1, put a card under the Bomat Courier, and if he doesn't do anything about this, it could be a problem for him later on. Island for the opponent, sure. Well, I think I'm just attacking. Get in for 1, maybe? Yep. And we may as well go out with the Soul Scar Mage. You don't always sack your Bomat Courier to draw cards. Like if the opponent tries to kill it now, I just gotta let it go. It's a little unfortunate that those 2 cards will be exiled forever, but when you have a hand full of pure burn, yeah, that's what you gotta do. Alright, so opponent had 2 very good cards to slow us down a little bit. Alright. Would like to find a 3rd land, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Put out the Soul Scar Mage. And pass it back. This time, if he tries to kill the Soul Scar Mage, I might throw off this Wizard Lightning. I think I'm going to do it anyways. Just because, you know, we're a little hard on mana right now, and having 3 Lightning Strikes in hand is kind of expensive. Lofty Denial. Sure. Well, a little unfortunate, but still. 3 to the face, and then 3 more on the ground. Now is where I would probably consider cracking the Bomat Courier if you tried to kill it. 2 Lightning Strikes, very good, but those 4 cards are probably going to be better. Opponent's not having any of it. Scoops it up. Like I said, going to be a fast one today. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, game 3 with mono red burn, best of 1 in standard. So far the deck's just kind of running over people as expected. Opening hands have been very favorable for us so far. Okay, opponent leads on a Breeding Pool. I'll probably put out a Soul Scar Mage, and then we'll see what he's up to. I'm not sure. I'll probably end up going with the Pyromancer next turn anyways. Swamp for the opponent and an Explorer. Okay. Has the next land. Sure. So, opponent ramping away over there. Could be a bit of a problem. Still like the Pyromancer here. Get in for 3 damage this turn. And unless he has something on turn 4 right now, or his turn 3, he's going to be in trouble. He just foretells a card. Okay. Fae of Wishes. Well, that's weird to see a couple Fae of Wishes in a row. So the last time I shocked it preemptively. This time, do we want to see how it looks when we don't do that? I'm wondering if he's playing a Doomscar. And in that case, I might not want to throw out this Bomat Courier. Yeah. So, let's attack. Unfortunately, Fae of Wishes being 4 toughness is pretty good for him. I do want to keep my Pyromancer around, so I am going to do that. And I'm going to get a little bit of extra damage in, pump up the Soul Scar Mage twice. And our opponent's down to 11. Doomscar here would be pretty good for the opponent. Always nice to make your opponents use Fae of Wishes defensively. Okay, Growth Spiral. Wow. Okay, throw out the Bomat Courier. Attack. Alright. Lightning Strike to your face. If I have to, I definitely will crack this Bomat Courier. The Thermal Alchemist is not going to really do enough. It is a Doomscar. Okay. So, we get a chance to find some direct damage. You know what? I'm going to put Gigantha in my hand. And next turn we can play out the Gigantha. I don't know. We'll see. He still has to do something about the Soulscar Mage being at 3 life already. Keeping him on his toes. And we also have the Ramanop Runes, so even if the Soulscar Mage gets in for 1, we can take the game. Domri, Hero of Dominaria. Let's see if he recognizes that. He does. Well, that's a little unfortunate, but I guess it's a Gigantha. Well, let's see if the big old Elemental Elk is worth having in the deck or not. Doesn't have Trample, unfortunately.
We need to move quickly.
Opponent drawing a card with Teferi. Only has access to 1 blue, and he's digging. He's going to bounce the Gigantha, sure.
Reverse.
Giving us another shot at killing him this turn. We find that not great. So a little unfortunate. I mean, this is how the... Obviously, the red deck loses 7 lands. Nobody wants to draw 7 lands. But, and that's coming next. We don't like that. Still, we'll be able to take down the opponent with the Ramanop Runes down to 1, that is. But we might actually be in a little bit of trouble now because of the string of lands. Getting what I deserve, I suppose. One good thing about the runes is it is uncounterable. And our opponent has tons of time right now. He knows what we have. Darn. That's going to be a big problem too. Yeah, alright. Let's fire it off. Yep, I think this one's going to slip away from us simply because of the 7 mountains. Did not want to draw that. We'll put this out. He can gain a bunch of life with Heliod's Intervention. Pretty awesome that he had that in the sideboard with the Fae of Wishes, countering the Soulscar Mage. Hey, not bad for us. We definitely did not want to draw the Gigantha again. That being said, this card is going to gain him so much life that I think this game is now out of reach of our deck.
We need to move quickly.
I wonder if he'll respond to the untap and get a little bit of extra life. Explores. Okay. Yeah, why not? Still gonna gain enough life that it's gonna put us well out of range. Oh. Well, you do what you can. You throw out the Pyromancer. Hope he doesn't have an Absorb. Heliod's Intervention up to 9. Alright. So now we got a little bit of work to do.
Oh,
you know. Frantic inventory, drawing 2 cards. And a Fae wishes to block on the ground. Yeah. Sure. Play it out. No attack. Just going to go a few more draws, and then I think I'm going to scoop it up. I don't think there's really any reason to continue this. He was able to stabilize. We had our chance. Had one of those mountains been an action card, game would have been ours. However, it just didn't quite work out that way. And now he's going to get probably another Lifegain card, maybe Wrath of God. There's so many things in his sideboard that pretty much just end it for us. Yeah. So we'll scoop that one up. A little unfortunate, but hey, sometimes that's how it goes. The deck has to win quickly. It doesn't really do well when it gets into turns 5, 6, 7 or so. Wait, yeah, I mean, I still had fun. All right, on to the next one. All right, a little bit more mono red. Best of one in historic. Kind of ran into a little bit of trouble last game. Opponent was able to stabilize, and we just couldn't quite seal the deal. It's gonna happen. This game looking okay as well. I'm gonna lead this time on the Lava Runner. Okay. Mono white. Really nice that our creatures are 2 toughness against the mono white deck. Okay. Hit him, and you know what? I think this time I'm going to go out with the Alchemist. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked there. There was, well, yeah, there's no reason to attack. He's just going to attack in pretty freely now. Ooh. Okay. Well, we block. Not a big deal. So he looks like he's on a more traditional Lifegain deck, and that's a little bit of a problem for us. So I think I need to play for the long game. Not for the long game, but just maximize damage, because he's going to be gaining 3, well, probably only 1, because I don't think he'll attack in through the Lava Runner. Okay. So definitely going to need to find 1 more removal spell this turn. I need to find land too. Actually, everything. This is just looking. It's actually not that bad. Okay, 1 damage there. Find the shock. Okay, so we deal. Oh, hang on. So with the Thermal Alchemist, you always want to make sure to activate them first. I know on MTGO you can respond to your cast, but I'm not sure on here how easy it is. Okay. Really wish I found a land, but that's okay. Let's take out the Healer's Hawk. And now we can just wait. I don't want him attacking in with the Beloved Princess. These guys, you can do them whenever you want. Opponent finding lots of land. Ended at Johnny. Uh-oh. So I gotta read him. He's probably gonna make a plus, yeah, make a baby. Okay.
I am proud of those.
So thankfully we still have the Wizard's Lightning. If he runs the Beloved Princess, no, it's gonna go up to 4. Oh, he chooses not to. Okay. I think he probably needed to attack there. Soulscar Mage. Okay. So the Alchemists keeping the opponent's life total low. Don't like that I'm using so many spells on. Ugh.
Find your inner strength.
I just don't think this is ever gonna work out. What do we do? Okay. Need to find something real good. It's not terrible. Fighting as hard as I can here. Wonder if he goes for the trade. He probably goes for the trade. No. That's really surprising. Okay. I'm gonna play out the Bowmat Courier. Maybe next turn we draw a land or not, I'm not sure, but hopefully it can start refilling our hand. This one's gonna be close. He had the second of Johnny. Oh no.
I seek a path to peace.
This can deal 2 damage to... Okay, so this can kill... Not kill the Ajani, but
In our friendships.
deal some good damage to him. Okay. Yeah, give it lifelink. Yeah. So he's gonna grow the Pride Maid meat. Yeah. So playing best of 3 is probably your best way to win this matchup. Ugh. Terrible.
Call for reinforcements.
Ugh, it feels so bad. I think it's gotta be like this. Glad he blocked there. Yes! Okay. The problem is he's still going to give lifelink to the Angel of Vitality, at least. Healer's Hawk. So we've definitely done enough damage to the opponent, but he's just mitigating enough. Yeah, he's going to give lifelink to both, and this game's over. Okie doke, so Lifegain is going to be a big problem. This is why you play best of 3, so you can bring in your anti-Lifegain stuff. Maybe there needs to be more anti-Lifegain in the sideboard, but that's another problem you're going to run into with Historic Bird. Yeah, next one. Okay. I think this is the first time I've seen skewers. Oh no, really? Everybody preparing for us? Like everybody knows we're out trying to burn people down. I played games earlier today. I didn't see any life gain. Like the mono white deck was just gone from the format. What's happening? Why is this a thing? All right. Gotta get it off the field. I could skewer now. I'm gonna wait on the skewer. We got plenty of mana. Be able to do more stuff later. This is unbelievable. Oh, mercy. Oh, I can't even. So what do? I could just run the Lavamancer in. If he blocks, then I can Lightning Strike face, trade with the Orator. But it's still one spell a turn. It's still just one spell. So I think I'd rather just keep my Lava Runner around. Actually, I'm going to play the Skewer. More mana efficient. Okay, attacking for 2. Opponent's down to 2 cards in hand. However, he's got a lot of life gain, and this is just kind of unbelievable that we ran into life gain back to back, and such aggressive life gain after not seeing it. Okay. Kind of want to get the Gigantha on the board. I'm going to put Gigantha in my hand. I think having a 5/5 might be the way to take this one down. Look at Johnny's abs staring me in the face. Okay, let's see if he makes a trade. I don't think he does. No. which I think I'm still fine just putting out the Gigantha. Fountain of Renewal. Oh no. It's undoing all my hard work. Oh, okay. Thought he was gaining more life. Put that on the bottom. Okay. Might still be in an okay shape. A skewer is maybe the best draw. So lightning strike here. Get in with our two boys here. 7 damage. Okay, and then light up the stage time. See what we find. Okay, great. Alright, opponent needs something real big. Draws a card with the Fountain of Renewal. Okay. Could you imagine a Wrath of God right now? I'd cry. Bolus's Citadel. Oh, wow.
We stand together.
He took 4 damage to bring out that Ajani, though. I don't think it's good enough.
Fight again.
It's fine. Less fine. Much less fine. Oh my god, what's happened? Stop it. Stop it, opponent. No, stop it. No. Ay. Okay. Does he have life gain on anything? No. Alright. This one almost got away. I might still get away from me. Opponent's doing super cool things. He was fast with that Bolus Citadel, too. Alright. Okay. So you can beat life gain. You just have to hope the opponent floods out a little bit and you find a lot of gas. Next one. All right. So we just lost to a life gain deck and then we beat a life gain deck. Let's hope the life gain decks stay away from us now. We went through that gauntlet. Opponent's playing, it looks like he's playing a red deck. His sleeves never lie. They always represent exactly what the opponents are playing. We keep this. Let's see if our opponent's... Okay, our opponent's honest. And he's playing a Fervent Champion. Sure. Again, the Lava Runner matches up pretty well against one champion. If he has 2 champions, a little bit of a different story. Okay, Blood Crypt tapped. Why do I talk? Like, so often I say the exact same thing that the opponent needs to be doing. What a dingus. So, I could just send... No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off, see if he gets greedy and attacks. Well, actually, I might do it before combat. Doesn't make sense to wait. But I really don't want to take another 4 damage. Okay, so we will shock 1. Noticing a lot of X1s in the format as well lately. I wonder if something like that volley card, 1 damage to all opponent's creatures, would be worth putting in the deck. So he must have a combat trick. Dire Tactics. I've been seeing this card a lot today. Why? Take 2 damage. Hell yeah. Okay. Get in for 3. Hold up the Wizard's Lightning probably. I don't think I'll crack the Bomat Courier. I'd like the Bomat Courier to live one more turn, but that might take a miracle. It's nice. Fervent champion for the opponent. Down to 2 cards. Running out of steam over there. It's an aggressive attack. Respect it. What's going on, opponent? Murderous Rider. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. The problem with the Murderous Rider is now I have to consider this Wizard's Lightning for the Rider. Yeah, I think I have to wait on it. Yeah. Okay. So he does play with the Murderous Rider. Okay. Let's see if he gets in with the champion. Come on, be greedy. Attack. Get that 1 point of damage. Attack. Oh. Smart boy. Let's fire off the spectacle. I hope... Oh! I thought that was a Skewer the Critics. So I could just hit the Fervent Champion. I could just also attack him with the Lava Runner. Force him to trade. Yeah. He takes it. Do we put him to 1? Or do we hold the Skewer? I kind of like holding the Skewer. I'm going to hold it. He needs to do a lot with this 5 mana. That's not enough. Okay. If he has another 1-drop, okay, we got it. Awesome. So we attack in. Doesn't matter what he blocks. Sure. And Spectacle. Right now. Came down to it. Yeah, what's with the rise of this card? Who did if anybody knows why, like just today I've seen it in like 4 or 5 decks, and I'm really curious why suddenly Dire Tactics is showing up everywhere. Very curious. Let me know. Let's do one more. Okay, last one with Mono Red aggro in best of 1. Deck's performing very well. It's performing as expected. Great looking hand. Can open up with the Bomat, of course. Opponent playing out a Golgari land. Sure thing. 1 to the top. Not good. Still gonna lean on the Courier. Put a card under him. Hit him for 1. Okay. Can't imagine the opponent has much. So, go out with the Pyromancer. Hopefully this Pyromancer lives, because the next turn we can go Wizard's Lightning, light up the stage, and that would be pretty great. Explores in a good spot. Although people who explore tend to have very big things on the top end, and things can go very poorly for me very quickly. Ooh. I like the Thermal Alchemist. Do I want to get greedy? See, I could Thermal Alchemist. and then next turn go with the Wizard's Lightning. Or I could just do 9 damage, take him down to 7. Well, I don't know what to do. Okay, I think first of all I hit him. And then I think I light up the stage. And I find a Thermal Alchemist. I'm gonna put him out. Okay. And now he's not dead next turn, but he'll be in bad shape. He needs a board wipe. Languish, very good. Do we have... We only have one spell in the graveyard. That's a little unfortunate. So I think what I do is I play out the Lava Runner. I Wizard Lightning face. Hit for 2. And then hit for 3 more. Just getting maximum value out of the cards that we got off Light Up the Stage. Play out that, and now he's... Well... You know what? Let's just take him down to 2. We have Shocks, we have the, not Lavamancer, the, whatever this thing's called, Pyromancer. Lots of ways to deal 2 damage to the opponent's face. That's one of them. Alright, so great performance out of the mono red deck. Go to a wrap up and talk a little bit about it. Alright, so the deck performed as predicted in Best of 1. This thing is going to be a beast. It's probably going to be one of the best ways for you to reach Mythic if you really want to try your hardest. Play a deck that I'm sure a lot of people will kind of hate on for being too fast or too aggressive, not very fun to play against, and it's not. However, if you want to churn through games, you want to get to Mythic real quick, or you want to rank up, I think this is the kind of deck that you really want to do it with. Every card in the deck performed incredibly well. We had some really good draws with Bomat Courier. We saw Soulscar Mage taking down Fae of Wishes, or at least reducing them by 3 so that we could get in without losing our kind of vulnerable creatures. We saw a couple of times where the Thermal Alchemist had tons and tons of triggers, lit up the stage, hitting great. Little Pyromancer coming in for 2 points of damage here and there. We even saw one game where Gigantha came in, and I honestly think that was the card that made the biggest difference in that game. The opponent was gaining a ton of life just incrementally each turn, and without the Gigantha, I'm not sure I would have been able to deal enough damage to take that game. Really, the only game that I lost was the one where the opponent had the Fae of Wishes to go get the Lifegain card from the sideboard, and the reason I lost that was because I think I had 7 lands. Had I drawn 1 or 2 more action spells in that game, it would have gone down a lot faster. So here's the deck on Goldfish. You can see it says 12 rares. I'm pretty sure the 12 rares are from the sideboard. We have 2 Grafdigger's Cages, Roiling Vortex, something else. Oh, and Gigantha, of course. You don't need to play Gigantha, but it's kind of a cool card to have in the deck. If you want to go pure budget, you have 8 rares, 4 Bomat Couriers, 4 Soulscar Mages, and then just craft these other face cards. And this is a really good way to grind on MTGA if you want to rank up. Anyways, that's the deck. Let me know what you think about it. I think it's pretty sweet. I've always had a soft spot for red. I play it in Modern, and I play it in Pauper as well. Now I'm going to start playing a little bit more in Historic, and yeah, I'll probably climb with it in a week. Yeah, I'll be the bad guy. I'm tired of getting dunked on. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Everybody take care. Have a great night. And don't forget to comment down below for the contest. You only have one more video to come for that contest. Go back if you've missed some of the other videos this week and comment there as well. Bye-bye.